Hey YouTube, this is Bernie with Dry Creek Homestead. I hope everything is going well for y'all. So it is the 8th of May, and today we are getting our very first pick of these English peas that we had planted. And you can see them here. We've got quite a few pods on them. Now, I just really started picking them, and see if I can show you inside the bag here. Sorry, my hand's in the way. But anyway, so you can kind of see how much there we've got already, and I just started, so I've got to finish picking this. Now some of these I'm leaving because the pods are not filled out quite yet, so this, like I said, the first picking. So hopefully in another couple of days here we'll get another one, and then we're covered up in bloom. So yeah, so we're pretty excited, like I said. So I'm gonna keep picking, and I'll tally up how much we end up getting off this first picking, and we'll let you know how we yielded with that. But we're gonna keep track of every single time we pick and how much we yield per 50-foot bed, and that way we want to show you. Now, one thing I did want to show you that I would consider a fail on our part is our trellising. So I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell, but these plants are kind of leaned over. You see, they don't look very tall, but in actuality, if you stood them straight up, because like I said, you can stand them straight up and then they get really tall. These things are about 3 foot tall if you stood them straight up. But what the problem is we had too long of a distance between the T-posts with the wire, and so they did end up laying down some. So you do have to, and that's one of the pain in the butt things about it, is you have to pick up to find the pods that are down at the bottom. And so yeah, but anyway, I'm going to keep going, and I'll weigh them all up when I'm done, and we'll see how we did off this first 50-foot bed. The other bed's not quite ready yet, so I don't know why, because they were planted about the same time. So, but the other bed is probably got another day or two before we can pick it. So it's just this first bed that we're picking today. So it's 2 50-foot rows, and I'll let you know how they do. So I'm finishing up this video today. We started shooting this video on the 8th of May. Today it is the 30th of May. And what we're doing now is we're pulling the peas out, as you can see, and the peas are pretty well done. This row is still in here, but you can see they're dying off. It's getting too hot for them. So I was trying to film this whole process, is why I hadn't actually put the video out. But so, like I said, we started this video on the 8th of May. Today it's the 30th of May. And what we're doing is we're pulling the peas out. They're pretty well done. And so what we're doing is we're pulling the plants up as a whole. We're taking them in and getting all the pea pods that are left on them off. And then after we do that, we're throwing the vines over to the cows, and the cows are really enjoying them right now. So, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to make room. We're gonna get these T-posts and the twine out of the way on this bed and the other pea bed, and we're going to plant squash and zucchinis and cucumbers and whatnots in these beds. So I'm trying to get them cleaned up. So I don't know the exact total on the harvest, on the yield on these 2 beds of peas yet. I'll get that, but I think so far. So the other day we picked 2.5 quarts of shelled peas. That's after we shelled them. We had 2.5 quarts this last time we picked. And then I think before, and I don't have the numbers on what they weighed, but prior to that, we'd picked off mainly this first one here, we'd picked 34 ounces of shelled peas. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but it actually is quite a bit of peas just off of off a 50-foot row, and the whole 50-foot row didn't survive. We had a I think what it was the neighbor got us with a little bit of herbicide. so part of the road died, and we took off, part of that. So, what do you do? I wish we could farm without chemical pesticides. I really do. But anyway, so that is what it is. But anyway, so yeah, so we after, and that was before they started actually producing fruit. So if anybody's out there, well, would you still eat them? No, I wouldn't if they had gotten hit with fruit on them. But it was before they even put pods on, so I'm not too worried about it. And the plants that we did keep, they didn't have any signs of damage on. So it was 2 50-foot rows originally, but it didn't end up as 2 50-foot rows. So I'll kind of walk it out, measure it out, and that way we can have an accurate thing on the yield for however long the rows actually ended up being after they got nuked, is what I call it. They got nuked. But anyway, so yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with these 2 beds, with the amount of peas. And we, like I said, our first pick was on the 8th, and now it's the 30th, and we've been picking about every couple 3 days on the peas. And so I am pretty happy with that. But I will quit rambling. I'll end the video now, and we'll get it edited and posted. And when I do get the yields, I'll post another video with and I may just do a video on yields, on what we yielded on different vegetables and what the road. That's a good idea. So I'll do that and quit.